Did you expect anything different? Did you expect anything different from the showdown between the Philadelphia Eagles versus the San Francisco 49ers? Did you expect anything different from how the game turned out? Because I got to tell you, the Philadelphia's defense has been carrying this team all season long. And when it came chance, when it came time, when it came opportunity for the Philadelphia Eagles offense to step up and play their part, this is how it turned out. Did you expect anything different from how it turned out? Cue the intro. Welcome to the Nick Abari Show, where I talk about football. I used to talk about the Philadelphia Eagles football, but guess what? Their season is over. So I'm going to be talking about other teams playing football. And I'll provide breaking news, which there's going to be a lot. There's a lot of coaching changes going on. There's going to be a lot of, I'm sure, player changes as well. The draft is going to be coming up soon. But I cover all of that. And if any of that sounds interesting to you, make sure you click on the subscribe button and also hit the bell notification icon so every single time I put out a new video, you will be the first to know. Now let's get to this game, because coming into this game, I can't even tell you, because let's start off with this. I'm not even mad at the result. I'm really not. I didn't have much hope coming into this game. I was optimistic. I believed in my team. I backed my team, but I didn't have hope coming into this game. And I've said in previous videos, the way this Eagles offense looks, it looks like a one and done team in the playoffs. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn or saying I was right, blah, blah, blah. It's not about that. I was hoping I'd be wrong. I was hoping I get to see my team play more. I didn't think the first game of the playoffs were going to be bounced out. At least I didn't want it to be true. And that's exactly what happened, because coming into this game, we were facing the San Francisco 49ers. And there was so much uncertainty. I'm sure if we were playing somebody else, I would have given us a much better chance and opportunity to be able to win the game. But the San Francisco 49ers are a team that has our number, are a team that's out for revenge, are a team that we beat to go to the Super Bowl not too long ago. And if you for 1 second think that they forgot in that game that Brock Purdy got injured, if you think for 1 second that they forgot that we took away their opportunity, their moment to go to the Super Bowl, because that team was stacked. They were stacked. All they needed was good quarterback play to beat us and go to the Super Bowl. But as soon as Purdy went down in that game, their hopes, their winning percentage, everything started dropping. If you think they forgot that, and I believe that game was in their home, I'm not entirely sure. But if you think they forgot that, coming into this game, I knew the 49ers were out for revenge. I knew they'll be out for revenge. And how much sweeter would it be for them to get that revenge, beating the team that beat them to go to the Super Bowl, but at their home, in front of their crowd? How much sweeter do you think that would have been for them? That is for them. I was afraid of Christian McCaffrey. Not only is he one of the best runners in the game today, he's a great receiver as well, and also a great thrower. We've seen him run some plays, and he's had to throw the ball, and he's been good. He's a triple threat. I have a lot of respect for him. And that's why I feared him coming into this game. And the 49ers are a well-coached team. I can't say that about our team, especially not this season. They are very experienced. They just have a lot of injuries this season that has made people question them. But the way these people play, the way this team play, the way that these players put it all out there, you would think the Eagles were the ones without their starting stars. I couldn't tell you who the receivers were for the 49ers. I couldn't really tell you who anyone was, except for Brock Purdy and George Kittle, who got injured. But the 49ers have had to make so many had to shift so many players around, so many positions around, just to accommodate for all the injuries that they have. Who for the Eagles was really injured? Lane Johnson? I know we had a couple other injuries, players going through concussion protocol. That's different. But they had players that had season-ending injuries. Those are some of the things that why coming into this game, I was just uncertain and apprehensive and every single negative thought that I could have of how the game could go, I thought about, and rightfully so. So let's talk about the game itself. The results you already know. Philadelphia Eagles lost 23-19 to the San Francisco 49ers, who a bajillion's not a word, but the San Francisco 49ers bajillion% deserved to win this game. The first half was great. Both teams were going back and forth. Both teams looked like they were going to make this a real match. It seemed like both teams, one team wanted revenge and the other team was out to prove, hey, we are the defending Super Bowl champions. Show some respect. The second half is where we got typical Eagles lackluster offense. They showed up, and they showed up big. This lackluster offense showed up in a big way. They could not put anything together. They look like they have looked all season long. They look like if they were looking to prove someone wrong. Now, I want to talk about, because while I was watching the game, and I swear, there wasn't any minute in the game that I thought, oh, you know what? This game, I never had hope. I just didn't. I was unsettled throughout the whole entire game. And I thought, let me write down some key moments. Like every key moment that I think about, let me just put it down. And I got some for you. So here are my key moments in this game. The first one is in the first quarter, there was a 3rd and goal situation. And I'm like, come on, this is not time to do a tush push. I got to be honest with you. I'm very tired of the tush push. I'm very tired of it because we have not seen the success rate that we have been accustomed to. I'm very tired of it. I'd rather just run a play. And in the first quarter, I think it was 3rd. It was either 3rd or a 4th down situation, and we needed to get first down yardage. And instead of doing a tush push, we actually ran a play. And I was like, wow, that's something new. That was unexpected. Maybe things are different. Maybe we're actually calling plays that we haven't called all season. Things are different. Things are looking up. Look at that. We didn't depend on the tush push. The next moment was probably the moment that everyone is talking about. And it's not Big Dom catching the pass, but is Nick Sirianni getting into A.J. Brown's face. Now, when I thought about making this video, I was thinking to myself, when has that moment where a coach, a head coach, and a player, a star player, captain of the team, when has that, and they're shouting at each other, when has that happened and on any other team and things went well. Actually, just thinking about it right now, I can remember Travis Kelce yelling towards Andy Reid. Now, I said yelling towards, not yelling at. There's a difference between, coach, you took me out of that play. I was going to make that play. You can depend on me. Trust me, coach. Come on, put me back in. That's not what happened in this case. Nick Sirianni got into A.J. Brown's face and looks like he was just telling him, you want the ball thrown to you, but you can't catch it for nothing. Are you serious right now? I don't see how that ends well. I don't see how you can have that dynamic, that type of dynamic where you don't make an example of a player and you expect the rest of the team to just follow in line. I don't see that. I don't see how other players will now respect the coach. I don't see how the coach doesn't look a certain way in that situation. You know? Another key moment, and this was, I'll say, the tipping point, or not the tipping point, but the pivoting point, the pivotal point, whatever the word is. This is where the dominoes started to fall. This is the turning point. I guess that's the word I was looking for. The start of the third quarter, our offense went 3 and out. Because the start of the second half, we got the ball back. We're at home. We're just coming out of, halftime. How would we not have momentum? How would we not want to seize the opportunity? We got the ball back. We're at home. Instead, we go 3 and out. And I just started getting a sinking feeling. I knew. Like it. It's just like when you know. I just knew. And you know what? 9 minutes left in the third quarter, the Eagles fans started booing. That is the next key moment that I wrote down. 9 minutes left in the third quarter. The Eagles fans started booing in the stadium. How do I know apart from hearing it? Because the commentators said, and now you can hear the booing starting. Now, these two next moments I'm going to mention of the game, these are the biggest moments for me. Because fourth quarter, mind you, this is the fourth quarter. The game is on the line in the fourth quarter, I believe. This is the last quarter of the game. Any and everything that needs to happen to decide who is going to win this game is going to happen in where? The fourth quarter. If you think I'm wrong, ask the Green Bay Packers. The fourth quarter, Quinyon Mitchell makes his second interception. I missed one. So third quarter, Quinyon Mitchell. So the third quarter, Quinyon Mitchell makes his interception. That was after the 3 and out. And before the booing. But Quinyon Mitchell made his first interception, giving the Eagles offense back the ball. And in the fourth quarter, he made his second interception, giving the offense back the ball. You know what they did with that? Nothing. Okay, moving on. In the fourth quarter, this is when all the drops started happening. I think this is when you started to see a very experienced team, the San Francisco 49ers, versus a team that doesn't have any identity. I don't know. This Eagles team, this Eagles offense, the fourth quarter was when all the cracks, I believe throughout the game, there were cracks. They were not as loud. But in the fourth quarter, all those cracks the noise of those cracks became so pronounced that you can hear it over the booing. All the drops started happening. all the missed connections, it started happening. And it did happen. Those were the key moments. Let's talk about some stats, because when I was listening to some of the buffoonery of the Eagles fans of who to blame, let's start with Jalen Hurts. 168 passing yards, 1 touchdown, 1 sack, 79% QBR. Not bad. Saquon Barkley, 106 rushing yards for 26 attempts. I thought the running game was going good. The running game was going, and I think that there was a time in the game that we just started I think maybe for 3 plays, just threw the ball. Devontae Smith, 70 yards, 8 receptions for 11 targets. A.J. Brown, the A.J. Brown, 25 yards, 3 receptions from 7 targets. Dallas Goedert, 33 receiving yards, 4 receptions from 7 targets, 1 TD. Listen, because when I look online, a lot of people want to play the blame game and blame anyone from Jake Elliott missing an extra point, to Jalen Hurts not playing well enough, to A.J. Brown, to Dallas Goedert, to Devontae Smith, even, not being able to catch some opportunities. And the drops didn't help. But this, at the end of the day, was a well-organized Eagles offense loss. Well-organized Eagles offensive loss. Let me shed light on that, in case you're thinking I'm crazy. The Eagles scored 6 points in the first quarter, the entire first quarter. 7 points in the second quarter, right? So that was the first half, heading into the second half. Eagles were up. In the third quarter, how many points did the Eagles score? 3 points. In the fourth quarter, with the game on the line, how many points did the Eagles score? 3 points. That's 3 points, mind you, after 2 interceptions. 2 interceptions from Quinyon Mitchell, giving the offense back the ball in good positions. Who do you want to blame? Because the Eagles just simply could not close out the game. Who do you want to blame? The coaching, Jake Elliott, A.J. Brown, Hurts? The list can go on and on for days, but the Eagles offense just could not get it done and did not get it done. Plain and simple. They had all the weapons, all the opportunities. I'm not one of those fans that's going to blame moments and blame the refs or blame whatever. No, you have a whole entire 4 quarters, just like the other team does. If we want to talk about it being windy, if we want to talk about it being wet, if we want to talk about it being cold, the other team was playing in the same conditions. But you know the difference? They didn't have the advantage. You know what was the advantage? The Eagles were playing at home. This game, especially in the playoffs, is all about performing. The team that performed in the moment, in the game, is the team that won. That was the San Francisco 49ers. Turnovers matter. Turnovers matter. The 49ers turned the ball over to the Philadelphia Eagles, and they're like, you know what? Take it. Take it. You probably need it. And the Eagles were like, nah, we don't need that. I just ask again, did you expect anything different from this Philadelphia Eagles offense? Like, really, did you? Because did this performance feel like a defending Super Bowl champions type of performance? I don't mind losing. I say that over and over on this channel. I don't mind losing. But how did we perform? How did we lose? It seems less that the San Francisco 49ers beat us and more if we just beat ourselves, just as we've been doing all season long. I don't think that I expected anything from this offense. Sadly, I'm saying that. I didn't expect them to win this game. I didn't expect the Eagles to win this game. Perhaps if it was another opponent that we didn't have history with. But the San Francisco 49ers didn't care who they had or didn't have. They didn't care Brock Purdy didn't care who was going to throw to. They just didn't care. They knew that on every play, on every touch of the ball, on every run, on every throw, on every jump, they were going to come and they were going to make a statement. And that is exactly what they did. They definitely deserve to go ahead and they definitely deserve to win. Good luck to them going forward. And I was going to wear my Eagles jersey. I wore it and then I was like, nah, just not feeling it. So instead, I'm going to wear my Patriots. I'm going to wear a jersey of a team that's actually in the playoffs and is actually taking care of business. I'm very sad that this is how Brandon Graham is going to be going out. And it feels like he came back for nothing. That's very sad to me. Thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think about this game? Who's to blame? Let me know in the comments below. And if you haven't already, please make sure you subscribe. I'm going to be covering a lot more of the playoffs, a lot more of the teams going ahead. I'm going to be talking about some of these coaches that have been fired and looking to get hired, coaches that would fit very well with this Eagles team because we have immense talent on our defense and our offense. The only thing is the defense part is working. The offensive part is not working. It's a simple thing to me to just fix the offensive part. That could be a new head coach. I don't want to see Nick Sirianni go, but he's made some questionable decisions. And if he's going to keep these guys, these offensive coordinators who should have been fired a long time ago, so we didn't have to go through this, then maybe Jeff needs to take a second look at him. Thank you for watching the Nick Kabari Show, and I'll see you in the next one.